So this is the community learning garden, and it has taught me very much. The garden itself is a teacher, so I like the name Learning Garden, because we learn, and these plants are teaching me a lot. So this was St. John's Wort. I planted 3 plants about 2 years ago. They struggled last year with the insects that were given by the government to eradicate this plant as a noxious weed. They struggled, and then I just let them go, and I also let the whole garden go, because I've now had a different lifestyle and I've not been able to do the work. So what happened is it self-seeded itself in this amazing abundance, and it started blooming about a week ago. Blossom. The leaves look healthy, the bugs weren't in it, and now this is summer solstice. This is the summer solstice day. The moon is full tonight, and we have sunshine coming out of the ground. It is St. John's Wort, St. Joan's Wort, Hypericum porphyratum, and today just demonstrating how I harvest this in oil. So this is organic olive oil, and I start by simply picking the flowers, the open flowers that are getting fertilized by the pollinators, the bees. There's a couple different sized bees in here. And as I pick just that, so I leave the buds, there is, as I crush, there will be this magenta that starts to come out on the fingers. See that stain? And that tells you the Hypericum is in the height of its stage for harvesting. And then this yellow oil, after several weeks or even a few days in this hot sun that we're having today at 90 degrees, will start to turn red, and eventually a deep, deep red. And then you know you have your Hypericum medicine transferred to the olive oil to be used externally for all kinds of inflammation, pain, nerve restoration, things like conditions such as shingles or that palsy that happens to the face. Those are all nerve related. One's nerve related by virus, another one is. So we have the healing of the sun. And I find that I like to put it on my feet or my knees after my yoga sessions before I go to bed. Wonderful for sleeping. So I will be filling as many flowers, maybe about down to here. So a quart, you're going to want to fill about half full, and then leave the jar in the sun for several weeks, shaking it every day. And I put wax paper between the lid so that when I do shake it, I've got a protection between the lid, and then you can change that. So here we have it. This is the harvest. This is just taken about 10 or 15 minutes of browsing like a pollinator, the next flower, and you can see the fingers are magenta. So this is how it's going to now sit in the sun for days, and the sun is hot. We're in 90-degree weather right now. So having this sit out in the sun all day, when you touch this jar, it is like it's warmed in the oven. It is an oven out there. So that heat does not destroy the oil. I've never had a rancid olive oil when the St. John's Wort flowers have been in it, because I think there must be some really alchemy in the flower, between the flower and the oil, because you can imagine if you left olive oil in the sun with no St. John's Wort in it, it would corrupt the product's quality. So I've never had that, and I've had St. John's Worts on my shelf after I've strained the oil off, the flowers off, for a couple years. I think I have some still from 2021, and it is not rancid at all, sitting on a shelf in the basement. So there's something preserving about this as well. So here we have it, the beautiful product of our generous plants. This is to show in what a short time you can see how the oil is already changing. So this red one was started on Father's Day, which was June 16th. And then this one today, June 21st, we're in the summer solstice, the full summer, of which St. John is the flower of the summer solstice. So I hope you can find your own wild ones or grow them in the garden abundantly